Recently, SpaceX applied to the FCC to test the use of drone ships as ground stations for the Starlink network. This has lessons in risk management in large, complex projects. Among software developers, an underappreciated element of project management is risk management. The bias of Agile project management is toward action and forward progress. On top of that, Agile metrics are generally bad at providing clear indications of project viability or continued desirability. That, in turn, is why you shouldn't use Agile in cases where risk management can be crucial. For example, if you're building a satellite constellation to provide data connectivity worldwide, you should not link the success of the constellation to an unproven rocket being developed by an iterative incremental process. Apparently, it is uneconomical for SpaceX to launch the version 2 Starlink satellites on Falcon 9 or Falcon Heavy. So, except for test quantities, Starlink is limited to versions 1 and 1.5 of their satellites. Although version 1.5 Starlink satellites have the ability to communicate with other Starlink satellites via laser links, the vast majority of satellites in the constellation require ground stations to be in view in order to serve customers. This is called a bent pipe architecture. The news about SpaceX testing drone ships as ground stations indicates that they are considering alternatives to having a constellation that can provide service to areas that don't have ground stations within range of a satellite. In November 2022, an internal SpaceX email from Elon was leaked. Elon stated that SpaceX carried, quote, a genuine risk of bankruptcy if the company didn't get its next-generation rocket, namely Starship, in regular operation by the following year, which would be 2023. It is often hard to say if Elon should be taken at face value or if this is just another example of management by false urgency, but it's 2024 now and it's not near to making regular flights. That is, Starship is not near to making regular flights. The lesson here is that if you have two complex, risky projects, you should avoid linking them together in ways that the risk ends up multiplying rather than just being additive. It's a bit mystifying that the proposed drone ships can't possibly be that far away from shore in order to backhaul traffic either on a cable laid out to the ship or via an optical or radio link to shore. Even with a 100-meter tower, the horizon's only 40 kilometers away. I wonder what they have in mind. Reporting, so far, gives no indication.